Here's the first episode of Ach Guys podcast. It's scary times, but thank you so much for lending me your ear, and thank you for inviting me into your homes. Joining me today on the podcast is my dear friend Mali Mavimbela. He's such a problem. Hi, loser.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, so annoying. How are you? How are you doing today?
I'm doing freaking fantastic, actually. Considering that people are dying, I'm doing really well. So sorry about it.
Lovely. Thank you so much for making the time to pull through, and thank you for coming to Centurion. You took the train from Midrand to Centurion. How was that?
So the car train is actually really insane right now. There's people with masks everywhere, guys. they've got like all these like posters on some use your tag, don't touch nobody, don't touch nothing.
So nobody was vomiting blood on the train?
No, thank God. They literally insist, like, if the train's packed, don't get in, try to stay away from people, social distancing, you know, the whole shebang. But this is SA, man. We have places to be, we have things to do.
Big facts.
And,
yep.
know, yeah.
Podcasts to record. So I've been having this debate as a product of culinary school. I've been having this debate with my family, and so Nando's made a call to KFC. One of the KFC employees answered, obviously, and they asked the employee, which part of the chicken is the nugget? So which part of the chicken is the nugget?
Guys, first of all, before I answer this question, please continue eating nuggets. They're delicious. They are chicken. It's the ass of the chicken. It's the bum.
No, but the bun is full of ass, and a nugget has meat. Nugget has like white shredding.
It's shredded ass meat. Like they
not even shredded chicken breast.
No, it's shredded ass meat.
Are you sure?
I'm certain.
What?
No, hold on. We can't shred breasts because we need to give people chicken breasts. If we give people shredded chicken breasts and turn them into nuggets, then where are people going to get chicken breasts? We take the ass, sweetie, and shred the ass. We give people chicken ass. Keep eating the chicken ass, guys. You eat ass anyway.
I mean, some more than others. Some more than others. Remember, there was a point on Twitter where when the Straits discovered that ass was being eaten, and a whole lot of people were shook. So not a lot of people eat ass.
I mean, people lie about a lot of things, so I wouldn't. Guys, just eat the chicken ass. Put barbecue sauce, put jalapeno sauce. Just eat that shit, man.
I'm actually disappointed in myself because I thought chicken nuggets were shredded chicken breasts.
No, you wish.
You also like I hate that you have this like serious look, and I can't doubt it. It's like when I first discovered what polony was made of.
Viennas? You worried about polony?
I'm not a big fan of Viennas. I love polony. It's the only pink meat I'm willing to put in my mouth. No pun intended. But it's the only acceptable pink meat in my house. So yeah. But
I can't eat pink polony. Gross. French polony? This is chicken polony, man, made from chicken breast. Why are you eating French polony? That's made from God knows what. I'm
not a fan of. I was raised on pink polony. It makes no sense for me to eat white meat. What you know what? It's fine. We digress. It's okay. So the reason why I invited you over, beyond anything else, it was for us to come and talk about depression a bit.
We're talking about my best friend. She keeps me company all the time.
First of all, depression is quite silent. I don't think you can call.
Oh no, she's a loud bitch in my life. She's like, hey, I'm back, and she just shakes the table. Then after shaking the table, she flips it over, and then she kicks me in my crotch.
Okay, wait, you're taking points from my question. So the first question I wanted to ask you is, with depression being classified as a group of conditions, be it clinical depression, persistent depressive disorder, bipolar, prenatal, which is something I highly doubt you have.
I have babies, so...
You know what? Or a mood disorder. I will not ask which one you suffer from, but rather,
I'm
for
pretty
you to
open about it, so I'll touch on a little bit of
Okay,
it.
fantastic. Rather take me through a typical day when the condition is surging.
Okay, so I was diagnosed with major depression disorder and bipolar type 2, amongst other things like existential crisis, generalized anxiety disorder. But we're not talking about that, we're talking about my girl depression. So for a very long time I don't like using the word sad because it goes beyond being sad. You just it feels like drowning, you know? Like that's what depression is, honestly. It feels like drowning and you can't really like speak on it because it's something that affects you and only you, and it's also very internal. It's not something that shows physical signs, so to speak. Unlike your diabetes and your cancers and your HIVs and
Right.
whatnot. So, in high school, I started cutting myself, and then it was like very destructive behavior, like the drinking, the drugs, the sex, you know, all of that. And I didn't have a full understanding of what depression was at first.
Right.
Until, you know, I got a phone, got Wi-Fi, and kind of like could Google things, take online tests for the bipolar and shit, you know. And then I was like, okay, I'm a little crazy.
So I remember when I told my parents, my mom specifically, that I got hospitalized twice in 2018 for anxiety. I just woke up and I felt like my lungs were operating at like 20% each capacity, and I was like, what the hell is this? I couldn't, for the sake of it, I could not breathe. It didn't matter how
Oh, that's always the worst.
it did not matter how
How'd you try?
like how hard you tried, how calm you tried.
Nope.
It just was not working.
Trust me, they can't teach you anything to handle an anxiety attack. You can
And
have
I
all the
told my
breathing
mom, and I was like,
techniques.
"This is what I'm going through, and it's anxiety." And she asked, "What the hell is
that?
anxiety?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "No, it's basically a result of overthinking and not being able to control your thoughts." And she's like, "So your brain is going to disintegrate?" I was like, "Not
I
entirely."
love our black moms. Oh, freaking amazing
I was
women.
like, "Not
Fantastic.
entirely." So did you have that conversation with your mom?
So, I remember my mom drove me to my first appointment with a psychiatrist.
Oh, my mom would have given me taxi money.
Oh, sweetie, she drove me there. Well, she made me come back with a taxi, but like she drove me there, you know? Because I remember, this was in 2017, right? This was around April. I was working my first ever official job. It was a sales job in insurance. My boyfriend had broken up with me.
Hectic.
Yeah.
Are you
My
guys still in
first love.
contact?
Yeah. No, I don't talk to him. Fuck that nigga. No, but it was rough, guys. I need people to understand it was rough.
Zeplumu omnibus.
I swear the omnibus doesn't beat. Omnibus of the omnibus.
Oh, Jesus.
What? Oh, so
down,
this
my
was
lord.
2017.
Yeah.
This guy was the love of my life. He was my first love after a 4-year relationship that was very toxic with someone who's much older than me.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's like 16 years in gay years.
Yeah, right. That's
that's-
wild. Like I was a whole full on like, you know. So this was like after my first. So I consider him to be my first boyfriend, my first love, my first everything, because the guy that I dated was way older than me. I was in high school. He was doing his first or second year or whatever.
Right.
He was just terrible. He was toxic. So anyway, I met this guy. He was great. We fell in love. I came out while I was with him. This was in 2016. I came out to my mom.
How old were you then?
A lady never tells.
Okay, no problem. I'll take that.
This was 2016, however. How old was I in 2016? I'm terrible at math. I'm gay, man. Like, I'm 22 this year.
We have a lot of gay engineers and doctors. I'm pretty sure
They
they're
bought
good.
that shit. Man. They either not gay or they bought their license. They bought their license.
Jesus.
One of the two.
Okay.
Come clean, guys. I'm not sure how old I was in 2016. Genuinely, it's not the alcohol. It's just I'm really terrible at math.
Why are you
I'm
telling
20
people we're drinking alcohol?
I didn't say that.
Okay, cool.
I
We're not
see.
drinking alcohol. We're very responsible
Cough
adults.
syrup, guys. I'm
It's-
sick. It might be the corona. We don't know. But
It's a
like,
school day. We're not drinking alcohol.
Exactly.
And besides, the like hectic alcohol sanctions put in place, so nobody's drinking alcohol. We're very responsible.
Exactly. I mean,
Yes.
who's trying to drink during a freaking pandemic?
Thank you.
Anyway, so this gent and I were going strong. It was beautiful. First love, first everything. I came out, told my mom that I'm a faggot, and she
A
took it really
faggot.
well.
Why do you suddenly sound like AKA? It's,
Oh no
it's
no
fine.
no.
It's okay. I digress. It's fine. Yes, you came out to your mom.
No, guys, I'm sorry. I recant my statement. No, but it's okay. We are allowed to call each other faggots as the gays, you know. I came out to my mom. I told her, I was like, listen, here's what's happening. My mom, first of all, I'm a product of two pastors. So I'm a PK, hardcore, like 2 like to the power of 2. You know, both my parents.
Omnibus.
You has pale
You like the movies on ETV.
Yo, mdakabawo.
Bra,
Please
on
don't
ple-
be so touched.
Yes,
Don't be
yes.
so touched.
Uh,
So I came out to my mom, and my mom, at first, she was like not having it. She was like, she tried to make it about the sex, the gay sex. She's like,
Yeah.
oh, you really want to have a man penetrate your asshole?
Ooh.
And I was like, girl,
and the feeling is so good.
I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah, malicious.
Jesus.
But I was like, no, mom, it's really like more than that. Like, it's, first of all, okay, I lied, obviously, naturally. I'm a liar. I'm a Capricorn. This is what we do. We lie, guys.
And I'm a Pisces. I cry over
You
everything.
guys are terrible. I hate you guys. My ex is a Pisces. Okay,
so
you
sorry.
broke my heart. I hate it. Anyway, so I lied to my mom, and I was like, Mom, first of all, I've never had sex, and I didn't need to have sex with a man to know that I'm gay, because first of all, I'm already attracted to them. I do have sexual thoughts. Not that I act on them, but I do have these thoughts, and they
At
always
church
involve
when they're
men.
praying,
All my wet
they're
dreams,
the worst.
Exactly. All my wet dreams are men, and trust me, honey, I've prayed about this because for a long time I was made to feel like it's wrong.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have to ask you this. When you had your first wet dream, because you said all your sex dreams are
It's
with
always
me.
been men, yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Because with me as well, I still remember the dream to this day, and I was still like in primary school to this day.
You were shook, weren't
that
you?
I didn't know what was going on, but like I knew what was going on is definitely not within the norm. But yeah, my first word dream was because I was dreaming of a man. So
Wow.
it was, I know,
Can I
right?
tell you, I
and I was in a
remember-
relationship with a girl. during
Me
that time.
too!
Ah,
Me too! Can I
jeez.
tell you? So this was grade 8, right? That's when I had my first wet dream. I was a late bloomer, clearly, obviously. No, but actually not, because I was, what, 13, 14 when I was doing my grade 8. I matriculated when I was 17. This was 2015. So 2016 I was
Also, you were
18.
smart.
I was not smart.
Okay.
I was smart.
Just
smart.
not good at maths.
Just not good at math. I mean, I could be good at math. I just don't want to put in the effort.
Okay, fine.
So, I was dating a girl named Jabulo. This was in grade 8, I remember. And then I told my mom, and I was like, because my mom, I've always wanted to have a very open relationship with my mom, which we have now, but it took many years of cultivating and working on. But like, we're in a really good space right now. But anyway, I told her back then, I was like, oh, mom, I had my first wet dream, you know. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's because you're busy with girls. and
Wow, the syllabus that was not taught on sex education.
yeah, you know? So at the time, I was like, okay, first of all, this girl that I'm dating is just a cover-up, sweetie.
Ooh.
I like me some nigger,
Ooh.
okay? But I couldn't tell her all of that, and like, I just felt like that interaction with her when I tried to like come to her and be like, hey, I just had my first wet dream.
Yeah.
So when you wash my PJ pants and you see some jizz,
That's it.
don't ask me shit.
Yeah.
It was a wet dream. You know, I tried to explain that, but she cut me off and she was like, yeah, it's because you're busy with girls. If you stop entertaining girls, you'd be fine, type of thing. And
What a pastoral advice.
Oh my god. Do you know how many times I have to say to my mom, right now, I need you to not be a pastor, I need you to not be a teacher, because she's a teacher by profession. I need you to be a mom. I need you to be my mom.
Yeah.
You know, because you raised me, you know me. So stop pretending like I'm some casual case that walked into the church office that needs some advice.
Church office.
I'm your child, so you gave birth to me. See, sorry.
Let's go.
Anyway,
Yes.
yeah. So I tried to have that chat with her, and she was very dismissive on some. No, just leave girls alone, and you won't have any sex dreams, type of thing. So I was like, yeah, wow. Whoa. Girl, if only you knew, it wasn't even a girl. It was a man in your bathtub. Because that dream, I remember that dream very well. I was having sex with some man. I don't even know who that man was. My first sexual encounter wasn't something I consented to. I was violated.
Okay.
Right. So I've noticed like a pattern from people, like people who got like sexually violated at a very young age. It's either you detach from sex completely or you become hypersexual.
Right.
That's something I've noticed amongst people who've been like violated. So I became very hypersexual. Like it was something like, I don't know, like I can't. It's weird. It was a very weird time in my life.
Were you having flashbacks during your depressive episodes?
Oh, sweetie, like they live in my head. I always like flashback to things I don't want to flashback to. Depression is weird, guys. Like it's like this monster who's your friend. Like it's what Stockholm syndrome is that what they call it?
I don't know.
Where you fall in love with your captor.
I only had a grade 12. And after grade 12, I was like, I need to start making money. I'm not doing this studying thing again. And
but
now
me
here
too,
I'm
me
studying
too.
a law
That's why
degree.
I'm cooking, girl.
It's not intentional, but here I am studying law.
It's called Stockholm syndrome, where you for example, if someone kidnaps you and then they beat your ass and rape you, and then you eventually like fall in love with your aggressor.
So obviously, now I'm thinking, these are all factors that contributed to you being depressed.
Yeah, for sure.
Sexual molestation.
I had a terrible stepdad also. He was very abusive physically.
Sure.
My mom also went through like a phase in her life where she was just beating my ass for fun, guys.
I had that with my mom.
It was
as well. But I was stealing money, so that's...
No, that's the thing. You see, if I was stealing money or like a problem child, because if anything, so my mom has 3 kids, right? I'm the second child.
And your brother's my role model.
Anyway, like my mom went and like even now I still make excuses for it. Even though we had this chat, I sat her down and I was like, "You're a big trigger in my life. You upset me. Like I go through a lot of things because of you." You know, because if anything, you were supposed to be there. Like my mom. So my dad is 50 years older than me and 25 years older than my mom. Okay. But he's got great genes. He's a beautiful man.
Look at yourself.
He's 72. I know. Hi. And I'm identical to that man. Anyway.
Shade was found without any ordinary love.
So dad was a Rolling Stone, guys. Papa was a Rolling Stone.
And he still has style and taste.
Oh my god.
Your father is golden. Like wow.
You know when a friend says, "Bring bitches."
Yeah.
Yeah, type of thing.
Yes.
My mom was bitches, but my dad fell in love with bitches. Terrible. I can't believe it. Anyway, so like, my mom was. I still make excuses for my mom because I'm just like, you got dealt a really terrible hand. Even my brother, I've got issues with my brother, but I still kind of make excuses for him. I'm like, okay, like you had a terrible hand, like.
But like making excuses for people, I feel like those are some of the reasons that we are depressed, because we keep.
Definitely for sure. Because
people show us thorns and we still insist on seeing roses.
Oh, for sure.
No, this is not your true self. You are beautiful.
You're beautiful.
Inside.
You're a red rose. You're gonna blossom.
Like, bitch, it's not gonna happen.
I'm
literally a thorn by nature. I'm a desert plant.
I'm not the rose. I'm the thorn.
But no, we still insist.
No, for sure. And like, with my mom, like my mom and I came a very long way. From her being like a really angry lady who just beats my ass for no fucking reason. And like I was a child. If I decide to like act out at school and you get caught, you have no business choking me out till I pass out and you kick me, and you have really no business beating me like that. Like you can just ground me, take my phone, ground me from watching.
Being a black
DSTV.
child is a whole apartheid struggle.
Guys, it's run.
Yeah,
My mom used to-
1976 all
Yo,
over
guys, my
again.
mom used to beat my ass. That's why I throw hands the way I do. Like I can, like, I'm not scared of anyone. I'm not scared of anything. I throw hands like
Naturally.
naturally. You could be 10 times bigger than me,
Yes,
but I'm just
Batista.
like, sweetie, pull a bottle of Savannah and stab you.
John
in the neck.
Cena.
Just like a-
Dun, dun,
Ding,
dun.
ding, ding, can see me, you know. So, like, but like I've come a long way with that hun, and like I've made excuses for her, got over it and everything, and like yeah, it's rough, guys. Being a black homosexual child is rough, you know, because first of all, our parents weren't equipped to like deal with
No.
gay kids.
No.
Because even when I came out to my mom, first of all, I've always been a very feminine child. Like my
Mm-hmm.
mom would come back from work, and we had this whole ritual where I take her shoes off, give her a foot massage, and then take her shoes to her room,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then bring her slippers.
And she probably just thought, what a gentleman.
Oh, you know, exactly. So
Like,
I'd give
yeah.
her the foot massage. I've got great hands, I've got soft hands. She loved it. She loved my foot massage. And I'd wear her fucking heels and strut across the house.
And
all
she,
the way to
meanwhile,
her
she's
room.
waiting for slippers in the
Yeah,
lounge.
and my mom had this huge mirror where you could just see your whole entire body in her
What a
room.
queen.
Oh, I love it, love it. It's still this day, the mirror's still there. Okay, well, we sold the house. It's not there anymore. But she had this huge mirror where you can just see your whole body. And I'd stand there in those heels.
Yes.
My mom was a very stylish girl.
Yes.
She had all types of heels, the boots, the
Hey.
stiletto, everything, the wedge, everything. She had everything. So every time she'd come home in heels, and I'd wear those heels and I'd strut across the house, you know, feeling so gorgeous, feeling so opulent,
Hey.
yeah, opulence, darling, type of thing. And she's always seen it. She's always been a witness to all of that. And even when I came out to her, she was crying and she was like, first of all, I'm very sorry because as a pastor, every time I've always preached hate, damnation, fire, when I could have told you that God loves you as you are,
Hey.
for who you are.
You understand?
Gay or not, straight, bisexual, lesbian, whatever you are, whoever you are, God loves you for who you are.
Yes.
I should have done that. And constantly I have to remind her, I'm like, Mom, when you stand on the podium in your church, remember to preach love.
And true, the Bible clearly says, love yourself as much as you
love
your
your
neighbor as
friends,
much
yeah,
as you love yourself.
yourself,
And
exactly.
sometimes I always say that the neighbor is not the person behind the fence. Sometimes the neighbor is your helper.
Exactly.
The neighbor is your kid.
So when you bump into
The neighbor
in
is
a
your
taxi,
mother-in-law. The neighbor is all the people that you
neighbor's
love to
anyone.
hate.
Exactly.
Those are the
Right?
people that you need to insist on loving beyond
A comparison and
exactly and
comprehension.
how you feel about
Exactly.
them. Yeah.
So I constantly teach her that, and I'm like, Mom, you must remember, because like I said, I grew up in a very religious home, and for a very long time I went to church, and before I like moved out of home and went to race and everything, I had to obviously be obligated to following the rules of the household, and that's going to church and what else and whatnot.
Of course.
And I'd go to church and I'd listen to this pastor. I went to Jehovah Jireh Ministries and I'd listen to this man talk about how homosexuals are going to burn in hell. And I was like, oh my God. Guys, make it go away. Make,
A whole lot
make
of
this gay shit
a
go
whole
away.
lot of things do not make sense about that concept.
Can we talk about this? Like, Christianity, the religion of Christianity is one of the most hated religions, if not the only hated religion, because first of all, these people impose their beliefs, and they'll tell you, oh no, if you're gay or whatever, you're gonna go to hell, you're gonna burn, you're doomed, you're gonna go to hell, and then it continues to contradict itself and it says, come as you are, God loves you as you are, you know, type of thing. So I'm just like, I've always told my mom, like, I don't subscribe to Christianity.
Right.
I'm a very spiritual person, but I'm not religious.
So, but also, with these sermons that we grow up listening to, because I also grew up in the church, where I remember in 2006 when same-sex marriages were legalized in South Africa, we literally had to have like a whole prayer item, and like obviously I had to go attend.
Abolish this
It's like,
same-sex bullshit.
you know, the devil being present during prayer. I was the devil because I'm there just to like get information Like, what are we praying against exactly? Oh,
Uh-huh.
you are praying against me. So, with growing up with these sermons being preached around you, I also felt like they contributed to my depression as well, because
For sure.
I learned that your subconscious is a collective of everything that you've heard throughout the time, and you always put off, because whatever information you receive, it's stored somewhere in your head, and a whole lot of it it's like in your subconscious. And learning that being gay is a sin, being this, it's of a greater sin. It builds up views and feelings about yourself that always
Feeling
leave you
inadequate.
feeling like you're inadequate
Yeah.
or insufficient to
Yeah.
a certain extent. And
You're not good enough. You're not human. You shouldn't be on this earth. You're a mistake.
you know, you don't
You
to,
don't
an to
matter,
an extent
you're-
that
you're-
you don't even deserve love.
You don't deserve anything.
Exactly.
I'm still not okay. I'm still recovering from that.
But I told you it's gonna take you probably like 2-3 years for you to be fine, and you
It's
didn't
wild.
believe me.
And that's what he went through. And like, it's
Yeah.
essentially like when I came out to my mom, we had literally 5 minutes of her trying to like convince me otherwise. And even when I came out to her, I didn't say, Mom, I think I'm gay. I said, Mom, I'm gay. I sent her a text at midnight on WhatsApp, because my mom wakes up every single day without fail to pray at midnight.
Yeah.
So I sent that text because I knew that she'd see my text as soon as she was done praying.
Mm-hmm.
And she texted me back and she was like, oh, you sure you want to be penetrated by a man in your anus, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, Mom, no, it's not even about that. Like, my homosexuality goes beyond just sex and being attracted to men sexually.